So hey, what's up guys? It's Ben. Today I'm coming with another video. Today it's going to be a movie review of Flash Gordon. So what got in me was I'd listened to The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust, and it really gives off similar energy, especially because Queen's a part of it, and they do multiple songs within it, this movie, within Flash Gordon, not within Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust. Anyways, so this movie was magnificent, but let me explain why that is, right? Spoiler alert, right? I'm going to spoil a little bit so I can talk about stuff. But this movie's story is all over the place. So this movie's about Sam J. Jones's character, Flash Gordon, who's on a plane with Melody Anderson's character, Dale, who crashes into this crazy Russian scientist's house where they shoot up in a rocket. He cajoles them, and then they shoot up in a rocket, and they go into the land of Emperor Ming, who's trying to kill Earth. And so Flash Gordon has to save the world. So the thing is the story's not really well fleshed out. It's kind of all over the place, and there's people that die, right? Flash dies, and he comes back to life. And then the Russian scientist gets his memory wiped, but then he gets it back. And it's all this kind of craziness, but I really don't think the movie cares about how coherent its plot is. I really don't think they don't. And so then it allows the movie to do all kinds of crazy stuff and be really good in a way. And then there's the Emperor Ming's daughter, who's kind of all over the place. Not exactly sure who she's in love with. She's just kind of a very interesting character. But yeah. So anyways, the second con is the acting is 80s cheese to the core. Like, nobody in particular is really fantastic. But it ends up working out because it really doesn't matter, because like you see these moments that you're able to attach to because they become big and triumphant, and so you're just like, I don't care about the crappy acting, it's okay, everybody's coming together and they're fighting Emperor Ming and they're taking back their land, and Flash Gordon saves the universe. And so yeah, and I mean that is what it is, but like the acting and the story isn't great, but I will say that this movie is fantastically shot. It's not like incredibly thought-provoking cinematography, but it's cool. It's very colorful, a lot of reds, a lot of gaudiness, but it's okay because that goes with the character of Emperor Ming, and it's just like the swamp people are cool. It gives off strong vibes of Ewoks, and the Sky City with the Hawkmen is also really cool too. Not as cool as the swamp people, but it's very high up, and it has a very like white and pristine vibe. It's really good. And then they have like a vortex that's underneath their city that you can fall into when you're battling on this platform in the middle, and that's a nice touch. And then the end battle is fantastic too. I'll get to that in a sec though. One of my favorite parts about the movie is a scene where they're going up in the rocket. I think it really jumpstarts the relationship between Flash Gordon and Dale, because it gives them a connection, because they're going through this traumatic experience, and like they're both scared, and then they pass out in the rocket because of how much G-force is there, and so they just kind of automatically connect together. They're both kind of scared, and Dale's in trouble, but then she locks hands with Flash, and it creates this emotional connection, and it's a well done scene to put them together without having to do a whole bunch of like emotional tying and story and all that. And they just kind of fall into place because of this traumatic experience. And I really love that shot. And the soundtrack, the music on the back of it is really good. And I really like the music that they selected. It was really good for that scene as they're flying through space into this very colorful wormhole-ish thing. They call it something else, but it's wormhole. And so that was a really good scene. And I really like that scene. The soundtrack is fantastic. It's Queen to the core, and it really just amps up the 80s vibes that are pushing out of this movie. And it's really gaudy, colorful, and in your face. And it just screams 80s, and the music screams 80s, and it's just got power and just pizzazz and just they use Sam J. Jones well. Just kind of your hero. He's got blonde hair, pretty face, and or handsome face is probably more accurate. And he's just this stud of hero, and he just saves the world with his football skills. Like one scene, he literally uses his football skills because they throw these like egg type things. But they look like they're shaped in football, so he's throwing them. And then one time he runs through them, like he's got it in his hands. He just bowls into them, and he's beating them up. And that was just funny. And the final battle scene is well done. It's just kind of explosions and attack and beat up Emperor Ming and then win. And then that's the end of the story, and it's great. So anyways, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Please follow me on Letterboxd, follow me on Instagram, like, comment what you thought of this video, comment what you thought of this movie, and subscribe. See you guys later.